Good afternoon. I'm Jackie Toops with ArmyWife101.com, and today I've got a very exciting guest to share with you. And part of our mission with Army Wife 101 is to make life a little bit easier because we know it can be quite hectic and chaotic in the military. So please help me welcome Ashton Reagin. She is a military spouse and the creator of the new app just released this month called Organized Chaos. Hi, Ashton, I'm sorry. Good. How are you? I want to thank you for your patience. It's kind of funny because we actually started a little chaotically this afternoon. We were working on getting our interview set, and it was just Murphy's Law, one thing after the next. So
utter chaos, but that's okay. We've got it under control now. We're good.
I think we're actually trained and accustomed to that now because of our lifestyle.
Right, exactly. It prepares us for moments like these so we can still stay calm.
Of course, of course. Well, I'm very interested in hearing about your story and about the app. So if you could tell our audience just a little bit about who you are, what you do, and what gave you this idea, Ashton.
Sure. I am a Marine Corps spouse of 12 years. I've got three beautiful children, and they are each deeply involved in sports. So that keeps us really busy. And then I have a full-time job working at a market research firm here in New York. This is where we're stationed now. So, and what's funny is that my life now is pretty drastically different than when I was a newer military spouse, like 8 to 10 years ago. And I actually finished my undergraduate degree and my graduate degree while being a military spouse. Multiple PCSs, multiple deployments, being pregnant, having babies. So it's definitely a chaotic lifestyle. And, all of the experience that I've had, both professionally and personally as a military spouse, I think has put me in the right position to create an app like Organized Chaos.
Fantastic. That's truly amazing how much you were able to accomplish, because I know what the lifestyle is like. You're moving, you're on the go. Sometimes you're solo parenting because your spouse is gone. And the fact that you were able to pursue your academic goals, professional goals, hold down the home front, be a mom. I mean, that's truly impressive. So I'd say you're absolutely qualified to design an app like this, and you would certainly recognize the need.
Yes, most definitely. And that's the thing, is that I saw the need, and it was based on my own worries, my own stresses, that I decided, you know what, I think that there needs to be an app like this out there.
Well, can you give me perhaps a specific example or moment that triggered that, where you thought, gosh, an app would help me out, it would help others out? Is there already an app? What was the moment that maybe triggered that idea for you?
Yeah, so we have three kids, and my husband had never left with us having three children. I had done the multiple deployments with two children, and as him and I, we were preparing, and we were just discussing, okay, these bills need to be paid. My son, he needs to go to baseball practice. All these different things that needed to be done, I started feeling very overwhelmed and very anxious. And so because of that, I was like, you know what? I need something that is directly military specific to my lifestyle that would help me organize all of it and put it into one screen, one thing, to kind of just help me organize my life and make me feel less overwhelmed and like I can conquer, the world, that I can conquer everything that I need to get done. So that was the moment that I was like, there's got to be an app. And actually, I did look for one. I searched, in the app store, and I didn't see one. So I decided to take matters into my own hands.
Well, and I think that in itself is impressive, because I'm an ideas girl. I will be in the shower, in the car, and I think, ooh, I can do that. I can write about this. But there's always the challenge of bringing it to fruition.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about what the process was like for you once you decided to create this app? How did you go about doing it? How long did it take? What challenges did you face?
Yeah.
And how have you brought it to fruition now?
Okay, yeah. So, whenever I started initially thinking about it, it was just this big idea. It was just, okay, I think that this is what can happen. So what I did, and what I love to do, because I am a planner and I love to plan Christmas lists, I love to plan our vacations. And sometimes my husband doesn't always love that I love to plan everything, but you know what, that's okay. So I started writing everything down. It was more or less like a brain dump of my ideas, so I could sort of get focused. So when I did try to find a developer, and you have one or two ways to go about this. If you know how to code, of course, you can do it yourself. Mm-hmm. For me, that's not me. I don't know how to code, so I would need to, seek out and find a developer, hire one. And of course, this entire process was new for me. Like, I've never developed an app before. It was new territory. So everything that I did was all based on research. So the process was, I did a brain dump of all of my ideas, and then really met with a developer. And then we started thinking of a plan. And I do think that with anything, because I do have my degrees are in business, everything should start out with like a business framework to kind of start with. So like, think about your strategic plan. What's your customer acquisition plan? What about your marketing? You can't just work in the dark, create this app, and then say, oh, guess what? I just released an app, because then you didn't create the need and no one's going to want it. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the process. It was a multi-faceted approach to it.
Fantastic. How long did this take you from start to finish?
Oh, about 6 months, 6 to 7 months. When we first started the initial planning with the developer is more so about, okay, how many screens does he need to create? What is the functionality? How hard is the functionality? What type of mathematical equations does he need to solve in order to make everything happen? So, at the beginning, we thought, oh, it's probably going to just take 4 months. But, with any project that you have, it gets pushed back. And maybe there was an error. Maybe there was a bug in the code. So it definitely, it took 6 to 7 months to actually get it to where, and for me, part of me is a perfectionist. So I still want to continually develop more. I want to improve it as much as I can.
That's fantastic. Can you give sort of an overview of some of the areas that your app covers? What sort of things can it help handle and organize for today's military spouse who could use a little extra help?
Yes. So the main focus of the app is a digital planner. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of, or if you've ever heard of the hardbound planners where you can decorate, put stickers, and be able to see your day all in one. And so that's really the main aspect of the app, is a digital planner with a calendar that you can put all of the things, all the places that you need to be in one. So that's the main feature. But we also have pre-populated checklists. So we have PCS checklist. We also have a pre-deployment, homecoming. And those are kind of things that not only that I thought of myself, but gathered resources from all over the internet. And shout out to my focus group, because 14 ladies really helped me narrow this down and all of the ideas, putting it in. So, hey guys, if they're watching, but they really were a big part of this. But so they really helped with the checklist a lot. Another feature that we have is a countdown. So you can have countdowns for Christmas, countdowns for PCSing, any of those sort of interesting events that you have. Another big part of the app is called the resources section. And that has some amazing, amazing resources, such as links to different companies. Also a ribbon rack builder. I mean, there's so many things that are housed in this one app. It is amazing. But there's also, and I think my favorite part of it, is the level of customization that you can really get down to with the app. So we have over 50 task icon graphics, and those were all custom designed by an Italian designer. Wow. Yeah, and so it's really exciting. And we have over 110 different background options to choose from, and over 12 different colors to choose. So you really can personalize the look and feel of your app. And so that's my favorite feature.
That sounds so cool. And I mean, I think what I love about it is that we as military spouses, no matter what branch, how long our spouses have been in, we do share the common bonds, but we are very different. We're unique. We have our own tastes. And I think that's wonderful that you knew the market well enough to provide what they need, and then they could kind of add their own flair to the app.
Yes, most definitely.
That's amazing. So I also saw that you've got an ambassador program as well.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, for sure. So the brand ambassador program is actually a way for other military spouses or those that are in the community to make a little bit of extra money and make commission on. So part of that is I wanted to reward people for sharing the word, getting the word out there, and that is part of our customer acquisition strategy. Is kind of getting other people, you know, aligned with our brand. And for me, it's very, very important that the brand ambassadors really follow the morals and I guess everything that I feel that organized chaos is about. So, you know, it's kind of like I will reach out and say, hey, would you mind being a brand ambassador for our program? I think that you have, you know, the kind of morals and the, you know, the same vision that I do. So for the brand ambassador program, you know, we give them T-shirts and gear and a special code for download. So anybody who, any of their followers want to download, they will definitely get credit for it.
Wow, that's fantastic. I think it's wonderful because I know that as military spouses, we're often looking for opportunities, portable careers, things we can do from home. So that's a really good program.
Yeah. And I wanted to make it no pressure. You know, it's not this type of program where you need to have 100 downloads per month or you need to have this. You can post, you know, there's a minimum post limit, like, you know, once a week or whatever, but it's not so much like you need to have 100 downloads or we're cutting you. No, you know, you can be as creative as you want with it. And I think that's what's so fun and what people are liking about that program.
Well, that's amazing. And I think that's also a wonderful strategy for you because you're also supporting the family and you're building this wonderful product that's so helpful. So it's a win-win for your family, for the military community as a whole. And I love the name Organized Chaos. That is the name of the game.
Yeah. And actually, we had a few different names kind of narrowed down. And because I you know, love my children so much, I let my children pick, really. So my daughter, she's 9 years old, and I asked her, which one do you like? We had some other ideas, like Almost Settled. And she, you know, she really was like, you know what? I think you should do Organized Chaos because that's what our life is, right, Mom? I'm like, yes. Perfect. So I just ran with it.
Are you giving her royalties now?
I do have a T-shirt that says Chaos Coordinator on the front. We have those for sale on the website, but also has like assistant on the back. Oh. She helps me organize all the packages and really helps me talk through things, you know? There's nothing better than getting advice from a 9-year-old.
Oh, absolutely. They will be so honest, and sometimes they have the best ideas. I think that's fantastic. Well, great. Well, can you tell our audience, who I'm sure they're ready now, you've sold them on the app, how did they go about getting it?
Yes, it is available now on the Apple iOS App Store. It's $1.99, and that's for the base version, which you get still a ton of information and ton of value with that $1.99. We do have the Google Play. It is in development now. So it should be on Google Play soon. I can't exactly tell everyone a date because, you know, with development, it takes a while. So the App Store, $1.99.
Fantastic. And speaking of the App Store, I saw that your app is already ranked.
Yes. It was ranked number 54 in the Lifestyle Top 200. And the way the Apple's ranking works is it's like a moving rank. So, you know, one day you may be the top 54 and then, okay, maybe then you fell to 174 or something like that. But I was so excited, and that was with our soft launch that we ranked number 54. So I am so excited of what's to come, and we have so many other features planned for it because really this was my passion project because I felt, you know, being a military spouse and having to deal with all of this, I want to hear from all of you guys, you know, what should we add? What more would you like to see? Because this is for us, you know, it's not just for me, it's for all of us. And so I'm so excited as to where we will go from here.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Ashton. I feel like you're adding so much support and value to the military community. And I just love seeing fellow military spouses do amazing things and be so creative and inventive and productive. And you're certainly on the path for greatness. So keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, thank you, Jackie. That's so sweet. I appreciate it.
You are so welcome. So for those of you, please make sure to look for the Organized Chaos app, now available in the Apple Store, coming soon to Google Play. And I will include a link as well. And you can follow Organized Chaos on social media as well for latest updates, to give thoughts, feedback, and maybe some of your ideas will be incorporated into the next versions.
Yes, most definitely. Thank you.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time, Ashley. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.